So wait. So I was born in Mexico. To My mother is from Oaxaca State. We are in the south of Mexico. We belong to the Za culture. So Za people in Indonesia could be like suku Za. We have our own indigenous identity. And my father is from Mexico City. That Mexico City has its own cultural identity, cosmopolitan. Maybe, well, I might uh, um, say in advance that many of the things on many telenovelas is about Mexico City. Whenever it's not on the countryside, that the countryside is on the west, uh, mostly west or the north, but mostly west. Uh, I do have this background from my parents. Um, we in Mexico, we have I might say as far as I've been living in Indonesia, that it's been around almost 7 years. Well, 6 years and a half, or however we want to count it. Um, Most of the time, Mexico is can be easily mistaken by the New Mexico State in the United States, and we are completely different thing from that state. Probably they have some Mexican American um population from history and from migration, but that's another story. We are in a republic. We are the Republic of Mexico, um, and well, as you can see, I do speak English, but it's not my national language. Uh, when I sorry, take off my glasses. I don't need, because I already know myself, and I only see myself in the in the video. So the what I was saying is that Mexico has uh, we don't speak English at all. We don't use it, and we even have some we can call it some kind of issues with English, like we still we have a really biased understanding on English. We know, we are aware as Mexicans, as Mexican population, we are aware of how important it is as an international language. Well, I want to say that also Spanish is that is the language that we use. It's also international, as we can communicate to Argentinian Spanish people, or Colombian. I mean, it's also the I think it's the second most spoken language in the United States alone. So I mean, that's um, we as Mexico alone, it is really attached to English, to Spanish. I'm sorry. So what I say about English is that most of Mexicans can think that if anyone speaks English a bit, and mainly like the most proficient it becomes, or he or she becomes, and becomes more spoken about it, like it becomes more trying expose their English proficiency can be considered as rude, or can be considered as a bit like looking down on others, on other Mexicans. So I don't know. It's something we kind of have as a I don't know, because we are not used to it. Whenever I get I don't know, video call with my parents or something, and I'm already speaking in English. I don't know. I don't feel we don't we don't we don't feel the need to force it into stay in English among us. So we just switch into Spanish and probably into our native language if we can do it. So, but we mostly avoid to speak English almost automatically. I can see that it's different from Indonesia. That if two Indonesians speak English, probably in the intermediate degree or something, or they are in the same kind of English speaking community as, I don't know, and it doesn't even need to be like exchange students or something, like something that someone who can who wants to speak English and the other one who wants to speak English, and just switch, and that's it. So I feel I mean I might congratulate my Indonesian friends to be able to not have a biased approach to English like we Mexicans have. But well, that's just a mere introductions to what kind of languages we do use in Mexico. We mainly use Spanish sometimes, and some really isolated cases of speaking native languages. That there are 368 languages in Mexico, that all of them are endangered because there was no program such as to preserve the native languages in the past, and now we keep struggling to preserve our languages, our native languages. I don't know which topic, Bapeti, we can we can keep talking about, or is there any questions so far? Do I speak too fast? I don't know. Can I have some guidance?
Sorry.
I mean, well, I'm just speaking about Mexico and
Okay, yeah.
Spanish language. Yeah. So probably like move to still about Mexico. Want to talk about Karawitan or something?
Oh yeah.
I mean, because I have so many.
Many stories.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we just continue to open question and answer sessions. Maybe the students will have a question for Leon here.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Tara, Nurul, do you have any questions? Okay, Nurul. Oh no.
Wait, man, masih berisik di sini.
Okay.
Tara, ma'am.
Okay, Tara. Tara, are you okay, Tara?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Sebentar, ma'am. Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello. No,
I wanna I wanna ask something.
Yes.
I read an article in the internet that Mexico celebrates festival, right? And
Yeah.
I read one of the festival that Mexico celebrate is Dia de Nuestra Senora de Guadalupe. What is that?
Oh,
Yeah, what
Yeah.
kind of
um,
festival is that?
that's actually a religious. This is a religious festivity. Is Virgin Mary of Guadalupe is recognized uh, Virgin Mary, the Mother of Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
So the celebrated is the most venerated um, image, religious image in Mexico in history of like colonialism, post-colonial, post-colonial history of Mexico is the most iconic um, image, religious image uh, of the Virgin Mary, according to Catholic tradition. It is um, for sure already recognized for the Catholic Church for several centuries, and well, in the celebration, the big celebration is the 12th of December. Every 12th of December, we have the biggest. Well, before pandemic, it was the biggest pilgrimage, religious pilgrimage in Mexico, because people from all over the country and even from probably Guatemala or Belize, where many people still believe in the Virgin Mary, they will, I don't know, walk uh, many kilometers to get to the Basilica of Guadalupe that is in the north of Mexico City. Um, and yeah, it was a big it has been a big the biggest pilgrimage. Now with the pandemic, it was a there was no, it was canceled. There was a ban on the pilgrimage, so people would not be like in crowded the area or like traveling and stuff. So but yeah, that's the Virgin Mary according to Catholic tradition. And besides the religious and part of the religious beliefs in Mexico, it's also very cultural, strongly cultural, strongly
Yeah.
cultural heritage as well. Yeah.
So it is the celebration for the Catholic people.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. It's a Catholic celebration. It's not well, and in Catholicism, there is like I don't know, like which name could be Christmas or how to Easter. That can be like the biggest according to the church, the biggest days of like the born of Jesus and then the death and the rise of Jesus. So besides that, there is in Catholic tradition around the world, there is Santo Santa Day, the saints days, like specific saints. And among the saints celebrations, there is the Saint Mary, the Mother of Jesus Day. And even like there is beliefs of the Virgin Mary of Fatima in Portugal is also really um, common in among Catholics in Europe, or like in Eastern Europe, in Poland, there is the Virgin Mary of Częstochowa that was actually, I don't know, the main center of celebration for John Paul II, the Pope, because he was Polish. So I mean, there it's a very common, very common. And for I don't know the day of the celebration of Fatima, of Virgin of Fatima in Portugal, but in Poland, I think it's 25 August, 20 something August is the celebration of Virgin Mary of Częstochowa in Poland, and it's also there is also a pilgrimage. People pray to the Virgin Mary and so on. So it's a Catholic practice, but every country will have their own
way.
saints and their own dates. But in Mexico is huge. It's been huge, and Virgin Mary of Guadalupe. Actually, the Guadalupe thing is a really cultural thing as for Mexicans. Yeah, yeah.
So Guadalupe is the name of a city in Mexico.
No,
Okay.
no. Is the how to say that is the um, is the name of the Virgin itself that was believed appeared in Mexico. The Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus, is believed to appear in Mexico to the indigenous Diego, and she appeared in this piece of how to say uh, blanket, I can say, in the cloth. She appeared in the cloth, and then that's the image of the Virgin Mary of Guadalupe that is that since then it's been recognized and promoted by the Catholic Church in Mexico as part of the canon itself of the Catholic Church, but also as part of the popular religious tradition of Mexico. So we have both. We have it in the churches officially, but also Mexicans, they like and they feel, I don't know, protected. They feel more closer to their religion in their religious figures by placing their Virgin Mary in their houses, like part of their um, religious beliefs. And then that's why many Mexicans as well go and do pilgrimage, mainly to ask for prayers, to get a job, or to have health, anything. They pray and they actually go on the 12th, or they have been going to Basilica de Guadalupe from all over Mexico and even from abroad to go to the basilica and pray. And I don't know, even in my hometown, one of my as one of my family how is this, the cousin of my mother is a little bit confusing for me. The my uncle, he makes a celebration and makes a kind of uh, a small misa. He has a priest come to house and make a small misa and then eat together and kind of a blessing for that day. And he make like a feast for the Virgin of Guadalupe in his house. He doesn't go to the he I don't know has been he has to Basilica de Guadalupe as a pilgrim, but every single year he throws out a feast to celebrate and to ask to pray for the Virgin Mary for her blessing. And I don't know, that's part of the Catholic part of this Catholic open beliefs on on the intercession of the Virgin Mary. So that's completely okay according to Catholic scholars as well, Catholic priests and bishops. as far as I know. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, Tara, do you still have another questions or is it enough?
Enough, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Leon.
You're welcome.
Okay, another questions?
Nurul, ma'am.
Okay, Nurul.
Hello, Mister.
Hello.
I want to ask, what is the difference between culture of Mexico and Indonesia that you feel?
Oh, well, that's a tricky one, and I can say tricky because when I was telling that I come from a family from a indigenous family, and also I come, well, my mother's side family is indigenous. My father's side is cosmopolitan from Mexico City. So I have both. I feel completely not. I've been speaking previously with Pepe about I was born with a cultural shock with the when my father and my mother have a completely different backgrounds, even being same having the same nationality as Mexicans. Um, but then I came to Solo. I've been living in Solo so this far as almost 7 years, and what I found actually before I came here to in 2004, but I was already playing gamelan, Javanese gamelan since 2003. It's still a really basic playing skills. Don't get too hooked by the numbers. Still kind of basic, but I was kind of trying to learn for 11 years gamelan, Javanese gamelan until I came here, and all I knew was all the genting from Keraton. I had not much idea the difference between, for example, Semarangan or Lagu Dolanan, like when actually they are out of Keraton, they are still Solonese, or they're still closer to Solo, this shared repertoire with Solonese. And all I read was, I mean, all I imagined was the pendopo of the Karaton Surakarta. So I didn't have any idea what was happening here. I'm a huge fan of metal music, for example, and I have my Megadeth, Iron Maiden T-shirts, and I thought here was like something completely not acceptable, or completely not um, no one was talking about metal here in Indonesia, because back in 2014, or even back then in 2003, we have not that much communication on or how to say, there was not much information about what was the actual condition of Indonesia, and probably as I myself, I was not, I didn't know how to learn about Indonesia besides asking a bit about my elder sisters or elder cousins. Well, I call their sisters because we are really close. We were raised by our grandma. They are my cousins, and they are also interested in Indonesian arts. Um, and I know a little bit of stories from them, but they live a lot of stories in Denpasar or in Solo. But for them, they didn't want to talk much about our daily lives, so they mainly talk about technique. They mainly talk about how important it is to actually learn and master the repertoire we are learning. So there was most that stuff rather than what they eat, what kind of preference their friends had. So, well, this is long story short. My T-shirts of Iron Maiden and Megadeth and any metal band you might heard about, I left everything in Mexico. I came here And a couple months later, I went to Rock in Solo, the biggest metal festival in Jawa Tengah, in Central Java. And there was Motorhead, and there was a lot of metal heads from Indonesia watching this show. Well, that's part of the global thing. And also on that 2014, I was how to say, I was shocked because as I told, I only knew about the pendopo of Karawitan Surakarta and the gamelan, there's pusaka. So I didn't realize what was the actual culture of the Javanese or daily life of soloists itself. So and themselves, and nowadays, and since in 7 years, I rarely go to Mangkunegaran, and that's the most active place like it's been really active even through pandemics. Mangkunegaran is a active place for gamelan. Uh, and I've never been to Kraton. I've been to a Klenangan in Kraton. Unfortunately, so far I haven't had the chance. But in this years, or since the very first week I was there, I've been in Solo. I found like extremely close, extremely similar to South Mexico, south of Mexico, like my own area, and also how people care about each other. And I was actually shocked, not because it was different, but because it was equal. It was similar. It was almost the same as I was in home. It was only the language that was different. Here is Javanese in Indonesian, and in my hometown is Za language, and then or Dijaza, and we call it that way, and Spanish. So the only those are the difference, but the behavior of the people of taking care of each other is really similar. So it was the shocking part. That was the shocking part. Not the difference, but how similar Mexico, like South, like I can say Oaxaca State. No, I cannot talk about all the country because also Mexico is really diverse. But Oaxaca State and mainly the Isthmus of Tehuantepec region, I might find I might find the map because it's a little bit confusing to talk about geography without a reference. But in any case, as for my region and Central Java itself, and I can say probably until, I don't know, probably the Sunda region, Sundanese region, or even the Balinese region, or Kalimantan, or Dayak region could be. I mean, I'm more into speaking about identity rather than geography, because it's more, for me, it's more, it's clearer to talk about, because as I was saying, like even my state has more languages than Europe alone. So it has the state of Oaxaca in Mexico. But in my state, we have Za people that are a little bit more open, a little bit more, I don't know, more, how to say, really into saying the thing that we want to say, or something, or I don't know, with kind of a there like um, really, I don't know. I haven't find the words to it, but it's kind of brave. Like try to find the braveness, like literally out of nowhere and do stuff and just go for it. And another cultures, they are a little bit more uh, um, not so into pushing up or pushing like like that. So, and we are different cultures in Oaxaca State. I might, if you, is that, I don't know if I went out of topic so much, or is that still, is there um, related to the question, or?
Okay,
Well,
Nurul.
because the question is a little bit wider, like
Yeah.
the differences and the similarities.
Nurul.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it enough, or do you still have another question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Enough. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Another questions maybe.
Eliza, ma'am.
Okay, Eliza.
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello, hello.
I want to ask, what food did you like when you go to Indonesia and still be your favorite food until now?
Okay.
Wow. It's a, well, if you might ask the um, you want the no pork or the pork version of it? I have my favorite with pork and without pork.
Okay. It's up to you. It's up to you. Maybe
Yeah,
Japanese food.
the Japanese
Japanese
food.
food. Okay.
I might go with pecel.
Oh,
That's,
pecel.
yeah,
Nasi pecel.
yeah, nasi pecel. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Okay, Eliza. Is it your favorite too, Eliza? Pecel?
No,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you still have another question, Eliza?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. The other students maybe.
Anwar, ma'am.
Okay, Anwar. Anwar.
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Anwar. Your
I
Hello.
cannot
please.
show my face.
Okay. Your
Yeah.
camera, Anwar. Turn on your camera, please.
I just wake up, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Yeah.
I want to ask something about the Mexican. You know, the media and previously the president of United States talking something bad about the Mexico, and
Yeah.
I'm really cannot accept it because I heard about news that in Mexico, if there are some disaster affect on Mexico, some of the people went out from their home and start to volunteering. So it is true. Just like if the earthquakes happen in Mexico, many people went out from their home and start give their food to
Yeah,
another people. Is that true?
that exactly what happened. It was if not mistaken, it was also on 19 September of 2018. Like it was
It's
it was
2 years ago.
yeah,
Around 2
exactly.
years ago.
Yeah, it was some time ago. We had that. And actually, yes, in context, Donald Trump was mentioning that in a press conference in the national as a president, not as a private commentary. As a president, he mentioned that Mexico only from Mexico in this immigration wave from Mexico to the United States. It only brings criminals, rapists, and thieves and stuff. So he really polarized topic. And even in that time, the president was Enrique Peña Nieto, and even Enrique Peña Nieto was well, asking him to apologize. That was the only thing I was I mean, it was a natural thing, and I wanted that to be done by the Mexican president in that moment. But yeah, it was completely biased, and it was hate speech towards Mexicans. And thank you for the support. And yes, another in part, yeah, as I am saying, we have this kind of we can call it this gotong royong. And when in 2018 happened again, because Mexico City, it was in the 70s, I don't remember, 71, and then this 85, it was the biggest earthquake that hit Mexico City, and it was completely only really massive destruction of the city. And it happened again in 2018. It was not as massive as 85, but in that earthquake, what happened was that whenever there was a people in need, or there was a whatever they needed, they really found a way and to be to be a collective, and to make like this rows, and to pass all the goods like water or anything, and start like even giving away food. Like they saw like the the street, the people, like even they were in the business of food, like I don't know, like they make food and sell it, or they want actually to cook, like people, like just the regular citizens, just cooking, especially to feed the people that was actually helping, all the volunteers. So it was really impressive how Mexicans actually that's something to be aware as Mexican, as myself, and many of my connationals, because we as Mexicans, if we can come together and do stuff, we can do big things, and we can actually survive an apocalypse. But on the other hand, if we don't get along, or we do something with, like, oh, if there is a Mexican and another Mexican, and the Mexican number one, he's doing something, and the Mexican number two, he doesn't agree, he will say many things bad about the number one, and he will don't want to throw it down. So we kind of have this ironic relationship when we get together, we can collaborate and do many things together, big stuff. But we also, it's like, oh no, Mexican, we will cannot agree, like sometimes say like, oh, something could do it better, or why this person, and something like that. So we have a ironical or paradoxical situation on our culture, on how we can help each other on an apocalypse, or in daily life. We really kind of are anti this, anti that. So we're not so supportive in the daily life, but if there is an emergency, we do it. I don't know, it's really paradoxical, but that's somehow the synergy of Mexican. Of course, we are humans, and we can improve that, and we need to talk about that. We need to make more. And thank you for bringing this in the table, because it's a topic that we need to talk more and more about, so Mexicans can be more aware of that situation, that whenever we really want to help each other, we can do it, and we can do it very well. actually Mexico has this military, this one of the really unique military programs that not only we don't we do not only have this like aids like the aid first aid or something like rescue teams in all the country, but like actually Mexico has rescue teams, and then if there is a massive disaster, the 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 military becomes a rescue team, and that's a huge thing from Mexico. Like the military doesn't only are trained to shoot, but also are trained to help. And I feel proud to have a country that really thinks about like not only to shoot enemies, but also to help their own people. So that's something we're proud of. But in that case, and in that case, both. So the military rescue team was inside, and also the citizens were also helping, and this was also like kind of miracle. Like we never thought, even as a Mexican, we were really impressed on how in this ground zero areas was like really impressive how they could organize themselves and really put everything together and feed each other and help each other and so on. So yeah, thanks for the topic. That's really interesting as well for me.
Okay, Anwar, is it answered your questions? Do you still have
Yes.
another questions?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, one more
I
question.
need you to confirm it. Is that true that the Mexican is the first country who found the planning family pills and also the founder of colorful TV? You know
Yeah.
Pilkapi?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Go, continue. Sorry for interrupting.
I heard from the news in the Nice Daily, Nice Daily,
Okay.
that the Mexican
Yeah.
is the first country who find the, in Indonesia we call it as KB pill, but I don't know about the English. Maybe the family planning.
The
Contraceptive
pill, emergency
what is
pill, something I think, or the
What is it,
yeah
Anwar?
the
KB?
KB pill KB for
Oh, keluarga berencana itu.
emergency.
Oh, contraceptive
the
pill.
contraceptive pills. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, indeed, indeed. The two discoveries, right? The contraceptive pill and the
TV.
color TV. Yeah, there were Mexican discoveries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we are proud of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we know as Mexicans, so it was for us as Mexicans. I can tell you in this forum that um, as Mexicans, we know we have potential to do many stuff, but sometimes we don't find a way, or we find any I don't know, something that doesn't makes us become that thing that we should be. And that I think that's completely also relatable with Indonesia, like all the potential, but we need to give this a step further to really become that really strong I don't know, strong nation, strong people. So we are really strong. Mexico and Indonesia, we are strong people. I don't want to say there is no weakness. I've been living in both countries, and there is no weakness at all.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Also rich in cultural and heritage.
yes,
Culture.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of inherited culture
Cultural heritage.
to be proud of and to preserve and so on. So I mean that's that's a big thing for both countries, and yes, I mean all these discoveries, like for example, as you say, like all this TV color and the TV color and the contraceptive pill. But what if I tell you, like, well, a little bit related but unrelated? It's not about technology but about art. But all these like gamelan music, like from Sunda or Central Java, East Java, where you are, and Bali, like all this music, all this gamelan music, it actually becomes one of the biggest and strongest musical knowledge all around the world. So that's also really important. Like, I mean, it's still growing up, it's still on process, but there are so many musicians, or like I don't know, film film scoring musicians or video game musicians, video game music scoring musicians, or any musicians around the world that they actually recognize that the gamelan really gives something new to all this music, like all the music they do. Then suddenly they found out that they need to learn gamelan, so they can explore more about that richness of music. So, well, just let that sink, as they say in English. Let that sink in.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Anwar, I think enough ya, Anwar. Okay, okay, Isma. Isma will ask you a question. Where is Isma? Isma?
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello.
Isma, can you turn on your camera, Isma?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sudah ya? Enggak kelihatan.
Yeah.
Oh iya ya,
Alright.
sudah ya.
Mr. Leon, I want to ask,
Yes, please.
where do you live right now?
I do live in, well, just across the river from Solo. So I just a few squares away from the river of Benawang, Solo.
Okay.
I live in Ringo. I live in Karanganyar, but it's just one bridge away from Solo. Yeah, in Solo Raya.
Yeah, okay. We have Bengawan Solo too here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, Isma.
Iya seneng urip nang Solo. Napa urip nang Meksiko, Mr. Leon?
Oh.
Okay, ngetes ini ya.
Beda.
Okay, testing questions.
It's just
Just
no, I mean
can
it's
you
just
speak
a
Japanese
little
very
bit
well?
different. It's just different. Beda. Beda. Yeah. Okay, matur nuwun.
Okay. Isma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you still have another question?
Why, Mr. Leon?
Me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Wait, Isma first.
Why, Mr. Leon?
Why?
Why?
You like live in Indonesia?
Okay.
Okay. Well, well, it's really is a really complex thing, but as I was saying, I was playing gamelan for long. I really love gamelan. So one of my dreams for 11 years was to actually visit Indonesia and to have my teachers. So now I live near my teachers, so that's kind of a dream come true. I need to now arrange my schedule and arrange my program so I can learn more and learn more focused on whatever I need to learn from them, because it's a lot of information. It's almost endless information. So I need to program it. But I mean, the most complicated thing back in the day was like I have no contact with teachers at all. So being here and finally find my teachers, that's a really yeah, that's a dream come true.
Okay.
To
Okay.
get my have teachers.
So
Yeah,
you started learning to play gamelan from 2003, right?
exactly.
Yeah, okay. At the time you still how old were you? 15 years old, right? Yeah,
I
okay.
was, yeah, I was 15.
Okay. 2003, I think the students, most of the students here still 2 years old, I think. Yeah. Isma, how old are you in 2003?
3 years old.
Oh, 3 years old.
3 years old.
Okay. 3 years old.
Good. Yes.
Okay, and Leon has started learning how to play gamelan. Okay, maybe you also started to fall in love with Indonesia, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Well,
In the age of 15, okay.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
jadi seperti itu Isma. Okay, do you still have another question, Isma?
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And from 2003, it needs 11 years yeah until your dream come true to come to
Exactly.
Indonesia. Okay,
Exactly.
finally,
Finally, I
finally, yeah.
waited
And you stay,
long, really long.
and you stayed in Indonesia for almost yeah
Almost 7.
in Indonesia almost 7 years.
Almost 7,
Almost
yes.
7 years. Okay, haven't you returned to Mexico in 7 years?
I came back to Mexico in 2017.
Oh yeah.
In 2017, that's the very first. And how?
How
Well,
long?
yeah, the same year. I think it's the same year. That's why I'm getting a little bit confused now, because I don't remember if it was 17 or 18, but it was months before. So I went in August on that year, and 1 month later, the city was destroyed again by the earthquake.
Oh.
So I saw the city before the earthquake.
Yeah.
A month before. It was a really complex situation, but I mean, that's life. So that's the only time I came back to Mexico
Okay.
in all this
Okay.
all these years, and it was just 1 month. It was just to visit my parents, the family, and so on.
And how did they respond about your homecoming?
Oh, they were happy. They were
They
they
were
were
happy,
they were
of
really
course.
they
Okay.
were really happy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all the time have a communication we communicate by video call, audio call, and WhatsApp call, whatever. Uh, so we don't lost contact, and also me and my parents as a in our in our in our lives, we have this um, understanding that if we are busy with something or whatever, just do it, and we will find a time, or there will be time when we have spare time together, and we meet up, and we just hang out together and eat together. So we don't have much to meet in a certain period of time or something. So we are busy. We're just busy, and we keep communicating and by phone call and something, but we still doing our own business. I mean, minding our own stuff. I mean, minding our own stuff. I'm studying. My parents are doing their own things as well. So we're just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Isma, do you still have another questions?
Saya.
Okay, Adit.
Afifa, ma'am.
Okay, Afifa.
Yunda, ma'am.
Afifa, Yuda. Okay, after Adit ya. Okay, Adit first. Adit.
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello.
Can
Yes.
you tell me what kind of? Can you tell me what kind modern dance from your country, Mexico? Because last time I try to create a contemporary dance. I think like that, and I ever read some article this dance from your country, Mexico. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Adit is a dancer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay. So
Oh.
he wants to know your the
Oh.
Mexico.
nice to meet you. Nice to know you. Well, about contemporary and modern dance. Um, I'm actually not so sure about how it is going there because we have segments in dance mm, in Mexico in dance. So far I know we have contemporary dance schools and scene. We also have ballet dance, like ballet, the classical European ballet. We have also traditional Mexican dances and dance school. So that's part of it. And I don't know how is the synergy among dancers in Mexico for that matter. As far as my concern, I'm still I've been collaborating in some virtual events with the name is Taribali Mexico is this dance company of Balinese dance in Mexico that's run by my friend Graciela Lopez. She's a Mexican. She's specialist in Balinese dance, and many times we collaborate together for the to promote Balinese and Javanese dance in Mexico mainly. So I'm sorry, I'm not so sure if probably you want more about hip hop or I don't know, or probably, well, the other thing can be cumbia or salsa. There are also schools to learn cumbia and salsa. Now is really popular the twerking and pole dance. So there are many stuff in Mexico also. That's really good thing that you can find twerking, pole dance, Balinese dance, and many stuff.
Okay.
It's also really that's a good thing from Mexico in a way.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you dance?
Oh no, I'm not, I cannot dance. Well, I will try one day, but I'm not sure I will be able to perform or something. I might try just to for my health and my physical condition. I mean, as a physical as part of physical activity.
Yeah.
and artistic as well. But I am not sure I will be so brave to perform anything I've learned. Yeah.
Okay, Adit, is it enough, Adit, or do you still have another questions?
Enough. Thank you, Mr. Leon.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
okay,
welcome.
okay. Now Yunda, Yunda.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Yunda, what is your question, Yunda?
Hello, Mr. Leon. I
Hello.
wanna ask, what Indonesia culture do you like?
What Indonesia? What was the question? Like which one,
Yeah,
or which one, or
which
how,
art maybe? Which art or
which part?
which,
Eh, uh, semuanya
About anything.
about you know.
Okay, well, yes, I know.
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
All right, all right. So, well, as is, as you can tell, it's been already like 2003 until now. I'm hooked by gamelan, by Karawitan. I'm really trying to do my best. Sometimes I'm not so confident on my skills, to be honest. I really want to improve. And yeah, that's the big deal. And to finally be close, like me, at least I can call, or I can drive to my teacher's house, or to the school where there's gamelan. So that's a big deal. And well, and not of me alone. There's many friends that play gamelan that really love that thing and would like to have to do the same, or to dream to have the same opportunity. And well, I don't know, the languages are also really nice. All the Javanese variations from from like the Javanese from Banyumas, from the Javanese from Surabaya, they're really different. And the Solonese in the middle. Yeah, still trying to learn a little bit more
Yeah.
about it. Most of I mean, part of it is when I've been in Institut Surakarta, is like many of the students, mostly of the Karawitan department, or the and the Pedalangan department. Most of my friends from those departments, they come from that from Cilacap to Banyuwangi. So there's like it's really rich, the Javanese language. So it's really rich and diverse. I don't know, all the all the traditions, uh, the traditions in general. I mean, I'm talking about Java, but I also have contact with Sundanese, with Dayak, with Karo from North Sumatra. Karo, Tanah Karo.
Tanah Karo, yeah, Sumatera.
Yeah, Suku Karo. I have good friends from Karo as well. I have Papuan friends, so I'm from Flores. So I mean, all the diversity and meet each of you is really an experience to learn about Indonesia. So all the diversity, and to learn about each point of view of every Indonesian region. It's sometimes it's really amazing, and sometimes it can get overwhelming as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't have any problem in adapting to the habit of Indonesian people, especially the Japanese?
Oh no, as I
Okay.
mentioned, it's really similar to Mexican. It's really similar. We only have the difference that we speak completely different languages, but if we kind of put it
Yeah.
in a bubble that there is no language, we will find the same thing.
Okay.
It's
And
really,
also,
really similar.
usually Japanese people when what is it, when we meet each other, we also greet each other by bowing our heads. Is it also exist in Mexico? Does it also exist in Mexico?
Probably the body language can be
Yeah,
a
body language.
bit different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, body language can be a little bit different, but the way we speak or the how to say the non the more contextual, like the sub levels of communication when we can the kind of tone of voice or like, okay, we try to do it this way, let's take it easy, or let's try this other way, or let's do it another time or something. This kind of of communication that can be more I don't know, not so linear as many Europeans, like, oh, you say we do it, just do it, or no, you say no, just no. Like in Mexico and Indonesia, it's like, yeah, I might try to do it, but I don't know. Let's see. So and there's something that we don't say with words, but we say it with the way we speak, right?
Okay, I have similarity in non-verbal communication also. Yeah.
Exactly, nonverbal. Yeah, the
Non-verbal
nonverbal communication is really, really similar, almost the same. So
Okay.
almost. I cannot. I'm not. I am. I'm not sure enough if I can say everything, but most of the part of it is can be considered. Nonverbal communication is really, really similar.
Okay. Not Yunda. Okay. Afifa, I think. Afifa or
Yes, ma'am.
Afifa, yeah. Okay. Afifa, you're still okay.
Hello, Mr. Leon.
Hello.
I wanna ask, how about your first impression when you came to Indonesia, especially in Central Java?
About the well, I just mentioned, I might just repeat a little bit of what I said before. My first impression was, well, I was expecting to have a more to have a really, really strong cultural shock, like everything's different, everything will be another world. And then suddenly I found out that it's not so different, and it's actually it's quite similar. So that was my impression, and I was and when, for example, if you go by in my town in Mexico, in the Isthmus of Tehuantepec. Sorry, I might just open now. Can I share the map a little bit?
Yeah.
Is that okay for me?
Okay.
If I can do it, slide. I don't know. I cannot find it. Okay. Well, I think I need some.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait. So okay. So I have this. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. It's my image can be see. Sorry. So this is Mexico. You see the country of Mexico here. So, well, there is Oaxaca State. There is Mexico City. You can see it in the center.
Oh yeah, that's where
Uh-huh.
it is.
So yeah, my father is from
Okay.
Mexico City and my mother from Oaxaca State, but Oaxaca State is a really huge, really big, very big state. So we do have, this is the Oaxaca State in the south of Mexico, and we live in the Istmo of Tehuantepec. So these are the regions. These are the regions inside the state, and they have a different. So in the Istmo, but because I wanted to differentiate, because it's not all Mexico that treats you that way. But okay, now we have the image, right? Where is it? So okay, sorry. So sorry, I wanted to be a little bit more contextual about it. Sorry, I'm still trying to be okay. So in the Isthmus of Tehuantepec in English, um, if you go visit someone, in Java you have temanes and cemilan. You
Yeah.
have snacks and you have your glass of tea in Java. I guess in Gresik and Java Timur is the same as Solar,
Yeah,
right?
the same.
So so in Mexico, in the Isthmus of Tehuantepec, is a little. It's a similar thing, but it goes a little bit further. So you go visit and you have a meal with the people you're visiting.
Yeah.
The people, the family or whoever you're visiting, if you have a somehow official visit or somehow like agreed, or even like if there is a somehow, I mean, and sometimes I might say sometimes like more um, um, I don't know, improvised visit, um, you are invited to have a meal with the as a guest. So I don't find that much in Mexico City. I mean, this is not a deal. Like, you have eaten or not, that's your business. Most of the time. But in my hometown, in my indigenous culture, it's not like if we're together, like, okay, let's eat together. And also like, oh, I already ate, but you are here, so have some food. That's our culture, our indigenous culture. And I was in, if not mistaken, I was looking around Cantingan, or I forgot the name of, if not one of the the other kampung near Cantingan I forgot the name right now, in Solo. And we were looking for a place to stay with other international students when I arrived here. And then suddenly, like, we arrived to some, like, we were asking for the information about one rental house. And there was the woman that was taking care of that house. It was not her house, and she had a really humble place where she was living. And then she suddenly say like, oh, you just stay and I will cook something and we will just eat together. And I was crying, because it's like, well, I don't have that in Mexico City, I have that in Solo. So that's why, like really shocking for me. That's a really shocking moment, because I feel more like in home in Solo rather than Mexico City. Because that's because these kind of things that, let's sit together. And it was a really humble woman. She has only like 3 pieces of fish, and she offers like, oh, but this is your food, why are you giving this? We were here just to ask about something. So no, we just stay here and we eat together. It's like, okay, well, so we accept it. It will be worse if we don't eat it, right? But like for example, my friends, there was a Japanese girl trying to help us with the language because we were also not so fluent in Indonesian or Japanese either. And there was another girl from Romania, another girl from England, and for them was really like, why we are eating this women's food, that's so bad. And it's like, okay, well, this is shocking for any city, even for Mexico City, that's even shocking. Like, why someone would like really humble situation will give me food? But for me it was like, oh, but this is normal as well for my own indigenous culture to share the food. Like, it's completely normal.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice story.
Yes. 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 I'm really
Afifa,
glad as well to remember it. Yes.
Afifa, do you still have another question?
No, ma'am. Okay,
Asking.
thank you, Mr. Leon.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay, is it another question from the other student? Ulan? Okay, Ulan.
Me, ma'am. With you, ma'am.
Wait.
With you, ma'am.
Oh, wait. Ulan Bilkis Widya. Okay.
Hello, Mr.
Okay,
Leon.
Ulan plus.
Yes. Hello.
Pulau Bintang.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, Ulan, there's something wrong with your audio, Ulan. I can hear it. Okay.
Now
Wait.
okay. Wulang, you can try to open up your microphone again. Okay. Can you unplug? Can you use your phone directly? Can you
Yeah,
unplug
okay. Without speaker, Ulan, maybe without speaker. Because
with the speaker directly, please?
cabut dulu, Ulan. Speakernya dicabut dulu, pakai audio dari HP aja. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Mr. Leon, kula badhe tanglet.
Yeah.
Why you choose Karawitan as your job? Why you focus on it? In other hand, Java has many different artistry that using gamelan like ketoprak, campur sari, and etc.
Oh, okay. Well,
Why Karawitan?
well, actually, as for Champur Sari has its own rules, its own scene. I have friends that play Champur Sari. I'm not so. I mean, it has its own rules. It's a little bit different from Karawitan. The people that do both Karawitan and Champur Sari can tell you better about the difference between both. As for Ketoprak, actually, I already played Ketoprak in solo.
Yeah.
I already I already acted as a Ketoprak character in solo.
Yes. So you played ketoprak also?
I play
Okay,
Ketoprak.
I play ketoprak.
Actually, I like Ketoprak because it also part of the Pakaliran Karawitan Pakaliran knowledge. So whenever you want to have a Ketoprak in solo, you will have a gamelan accompaniment, and it will follow the rules of a Pakaliran. That I mean, the wayang kulit, like I don't know, Sandratari, wayang kulit, wayang orang. It has a similar with tari. There's something between Karawitan tari and Karawitan Pakaliran is a mixture of both. So yeah, Ketoprak is still really closed. I feel more confident to mainly focus on Karawitan because it's something I feel I can try. I'm not sure. I'm still. It's been almost it's been 18 years. So trying to play gamelan, and I think I can still try. But I mean, as difference for dance or drama and even wayang. I mean, wayang is also really complex thing to do, and I actually approach them, but from the Karawitan perspective first. So I do music for dance. I actually months ago I was playing. We were presenting a little bit of tari lengger lengger dance from Banyumas. We present a little bit of it for Ecuador audiences and Latin American audiences, like last June or June or July last year actually. Last year we did that during pandemics. We did that with my teacher and my friend. We did that. So I do music for dance. I play ketoprak. I also do some Karawitan Pakliran. I do music for wayang kulit, but I'm still in the really basics. I'm not I'm not so confident to say how much I know, because it's a lot of information to keep learning. So I know the basics. I can say I know a bit about the basics that I do. I mean, in performing arts, I mean, there's also thank you, Pepi, for the for the how to say, um, for the I mean, for the the image. I lost the word. But as I say, I'm in the faculty of performing arts, so everything related with performing art, I'm kind of still related. I do not dance. I haven't tried to play wayang like as a dalang. I'm not so sure how that could work on. I'm not saying I would not, but I'm also not so confident to say I would like completely do it. Like I mean, I would say some similar thing with the dance. Like I can try to do it, but like as a physical training. And for my own knowledge, so to understand the dalang's perspective, to understand the dancer's perspective. But for me to perform it is really frightening. It's really frightening. So I mainly focus on Karawitan. Something I can be a little bit more really more basic, even more basic. It could be about keris, about batik, about ukir, about craving, like wood craving, or all these fine arts, because yeah, it's completely something that just I cannot assimilate as I do. I do like it. I find all the motifs really pleased to see, and pleasant, like really enjoyable. So I do like them. And it's part of the performance as well, during all the kris or the batik and beska, the blanco. And everything is one thing. So one unity. So I think that's the only thing I could not. But I think besides that, also language could be like all the Javanese language. I do use Javanese for daily life a little bit. I'm trying. I For sure I do use Javanese terminology for Javanese Karawitan or Javanese arts. And also learning um, Javanese literature and trying to understand more in deep about lyrics of Kending or the lakon in the adegan on the wayang. Probably Mbak Pepi have some questions. Why do I share about the Wanitombok, like the Karawitan Putri from Solo that performed in TVRI 2 nights, like last night and 2 nights ago they performed, and I was also really hooked on the performance. That's also
enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And what character did you play when you did the ketoprak?
Oh,
What
when I
character?
did the ketoprak, it was
When you performed it?
it was just cringy. I was asked to become the company captain.
Oh, yeah.
Captain company, so because I was the londo. So I mean, it was kind of cringy, but I enjoyed, and it was kind of experience as well. I always enjoy to do art with friends, with Indonesian friends, with Javanese friends, with friends from all over Indonesia, and also from all of abroad. I play gamelan with Polish people, with French people. I play also Banyumas Chalung in Banyumas with Japanese people. So it's also really enjoyable. Yes.
Okay, Situlan. Now?
One more.
Oh, one more. Okay.
Javanese people exactly believe in myth and supernatural, right? And how about your perception? Do you believe them?
Myth and superstition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the
Maybe Mexico also
culture.
myth.
Yeah, we have a lot of it. So there is nothing new for me. There is nothing new for me.
Okay.
Probably the ways.
Another similar thing about Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Probably the ways we understand it and the ways we follow it is the different, but yeah, it's really similar. It's nothing new for me about the supernatural. And yeah, I mean, what do I say? One of the topics I really enjoy, or one of the performance I enjoy is the ebek in Banyumas. That is the kuda lumping, probably.
Yeah.
Kuda lumping, like especially from Banyumas, and they actually have this part when they actually they come into trance. Yeah, they come into trance, and this spirit, the Indan, and the Indan, they call to the Indan. They actually, I with my teacher and my another the other colleagues from Japan, we went with the performance of Bebek and do the ritual in the river accompaniment. We accompany them to the ritual to the river to find the Indan, to the Indan, the spirit. So then the day after we could join the event and doing the whole trans thing. So it's a really nice experience, and as part of the art as well. So so
you believe it, brother. So you believe it, but you believe that thing.
somehow for me
Or just enjoy the performance.
yeah, I mean, it's part of it. It's part of it. Yeah. I alone, I don't have much to say. I don't want to say like I completely believe it, but I don't want to say I do not believe it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's part of it. And we have it in Mexico, so for me it's something that there's never been an issue.
Okay. Ulan.
Enough.
Okay.
Matur nuwun, Mr. Leon.
Ya, Mas, sami-sami Mbak.
Okay,
Sami-sami, Mbak Ulan.
Sophia, I think. Sophia, do you have another? Do you have a question?
Mister,
Yeah, hello.
I want to ask, is that true that in Mexico there is a river in the river?
There is a river in the river.
I do not understand. What do you mean?
There is a river flowing in another river, maybe. I
Yes.
think. Uh-uh.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
Because we have so many rivers, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I do not understand. Do you remember the name of the river? Could be
Okay. What is the
something
name of
about-
the river, Sophia? What is the name?
I do not remember.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. Sorry. Vidya. I think Vidya will ask a question. Where is Vidya? Three Vidya. Okay, Vidya. Yeah. Okay. Louder, please, Vidya.
Hi, Mr.
Okay. There's something
No.
wrong with the audio also.
I wanna ask.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's good. Yes.
Oke, putus-putus Widya, mungkin bisa ditulis saja di kolom komentar.
Leon.
Yeah.
Ya, oke. The connection maybe ya.
Yes. Yeah, you can try write it down.
Oke, oke Widya,
then-
mungkin ditanyakan ditulis di kolom komentar saja. Oke, and then Lailatul Fitria. Oke, Lailatul. Oke. Mana Lailatul? Oke, I think no. Oke, another questions?
Vivi, ma'am.
Oke, Vivi.
Hello, Mister.
Have you
Hello.
set your camera, Vivi?
Duh.
Turn on your camera, please.
Wait, ma'am.
Vivi. Okay. Okay, for Widya and Lailatul Fitria, maybe you can write down your questions in the chat box so we can read your questions. Vivi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Vivi.
Hi,
Bermaaf
Mr.
dulu.
Hello.
I've just read some article. In that article say that in Mexico usually someone can pay their taxes with artwork. Is it true?
With our
Pay
work.
taxes with. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
that issue. Oh, thank you. That issue is really interesting. Oh, okay. Well, that was actually Mexican issue. I can give you some context. So it's been a week ago. I know just the news. I don't know how it evolved, but the news was we have the system of free books, state-based free books from the state, from Mexico, from if not mistaken, for elementary school, SD in Indonesia. All the SD degree, Sekolah Dasar, is covered by the government to provide all the books on Spanish language, mathematics, geography, and all the curriculum for the Escola Dasar for the elementary school is covered by the government. So they published and they distribute all the books all to the whole country. That's a really good thing that is being for years. I studied my elementary school from 94 to 2000, and I was really happy with the system, and there was really good books. But unfortunately, from the 2000s, or 2010s or 2005 until now, it become the level of the books, of the state books, they came down. They just, there was no peer review, there was no specialists involved in the new editions, in the new versions of these free books. They will actually wreck, almost like Wikipedia will be better rather than our state books in Mexico, because they become in bad quality in this last decades. And and last week, what came was like, since it's become, they try to save money from the state to produce those books. They throw this, how to say, they throw this announcement. They made an announcement that they wanted designers and graphic artists to present their works, their artworks, to fulfill the needs, like to get into this contest, to see which one is the best one or the most fitable one to the new free books for the elementary school. And but then in this announcement, they say you will get, if your artwork if your artwork get selected as one of the artworks to be presented in the to be published as the cover of the state books, you will have one, how to say, sorry, how's this, bukti? I don't know, like you have this piece of paper that says you already contributed to the country, and you will have something, I don't know, but they never mention anything about any payment, about or any award on entering a contest to present an artwork to become the cover of these books. And this becomes an issue, because then it turns out that whoever in that Ministry of Education of Mexico didn't get aware of how important it is to pay the artists to the artwork is going to be used and published nationwide. So it became an issue. Say, okay, so now I have your certificate that I published, so I can use the certificate to pay my bills. I can pay my taxes with the certificate. So that's the meme about. So I thank you for mentioning it. Is about the meme. To I'm saying I know what happened. I know, that's why I made this small story, because I knew what happened. After 1 week, I don't know exactly what happened. I think, of course, they took off the announcement, and even if the announcement was still running, what the artist did, like, okay, just do whatever in paint, just do some scratches there and just send them, and all you will get is a certificate from the state. So just send whatever. And then they this kind of this two kind of protests, the protests that openly wanted to ask for a more dignified process of selecting and paying the artworks from the state to the artist, and then the other, this just ironically, like, what do I say, like, goes the collective and just say, okay, just send whatever scratches you want and just do something in 2 minutes. And just do whatever. You
Okay.
know, it was kind of an issue this a week ago. I don't know the progress about it. I don't know how it evolved later, but that's so far I know about
Okay.
that.
So it's the newest issue, the latest issue
Isn't
in Mexico. Okay.
exactly, that's why
Okay.
about paying taxes with artwork, because the artwork we just give you a certificate and because yeah, art itself and all the arts is really complex issue about paying. You have also this royalty songs just got in Indonesia as well, right? Like all the restaurants need to pay to the owner of the songs if they want to play
Yeah.
their songs. So it is a really complex issue. All these royalties on music or artworks on pictures and photographs is really complex. Even us as artists, we get confused, and we were really um, I don't know how to say, like overwhelmed with all this information, and we uh, how do we manage our copyrights and stuff. So it's really complex. But then this state announcement that I actually come from the state, from the ministry. So so that was really a sign of alert. So that's why Mexicans, we do both. We did the jokes about it, and we also made the protest, like more serious protest about it. Both. We have both.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Fifi, do you still have another question, Fifi?
No, ma'am, enough.
Okay. Okay. Vidya have written down her questions in the chat
Yes.
box. Okay, about the
Let's.
Mexico flag. Okay. What is the meaning of the snake? Snake, I think, yeah. The snake.
Oh, a snake, a
Okay.
snake. Yeah.
In the Mexico.
Oh, well. Oh, that's a historical thing.
Yeah.
It's believed that the the if not mistaken, the Aztecs is, I think is an Aztecs, because there is two. There is not one but two. There is the Teotihuacan people that make all these pyramids, and then the Aztecs that actually was uh, established in the Tenochtitlan, that now is Mexico City. In the past, it was Tenochtitlan before the Spanish occupation or the Spanish invasion. So there is part of the legend. Is a legend that when they were immigrating, these Aztecs. The Aztecs were immigrating, and they were having this I don't know, like godly messages. Like they have all these messages from their from their gods. I don't know how to mention it, from the deities, from their gods, and then they have this how to say, like this premonition, or like this vision, that if they found a snake over an eagle eating a snake over this. I don't like to call it cactus. It's actually a cacti, but it is a nopal. In Mexico, in Spanish, we call it nopal. And it's something really far from cactus. We don't eat cactus. The with this kind of fork thing, we don't eat that. But we eat nopal. We have fruit from nopal. We have drinks from that. So this I will try to look for it for a second.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Escudo mexicano. Okay, sorry. Oh, this is it. Oh, this is really. Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. Can I? Oh, sorry. So oh, okay. Sorry. So it goes here. So you see this. This is our label. This is the Mexican label. This is so this is the nopal, and so that's where they found that Tenochtitlan, this Mexico City right now, by the Aztecs. So because they have this message, so this prophecy, the prophecy of this eagle eating the snake in the over the nopal. So that's the foundation of Tenochtitlan, of the Aztecs, of the Aztec empire, the city of the Aztec empire, the capital city of the Aztec empire. That's the foundation. So whenever they wanted to, I mean, part of this national thing, this Aztec identity, to be preserved into the Mexican contemporary, probably in the 1800s. In the 1800s, when we already had an independent country, then we found well, our founding fathers and our main our beginning, or the early presidents and the early government, they found this strong identity to keep the Aztec identity into the Mexican identity until today. It's been rearranged, it's been remodeled, but it's still this symbol is still from very long. It comes from the legend from the beginning of the Tenochtitlan city as the Aztec Empire, and then it was taken again to become the symbol of the Mexican Republic. Yeah.
So Aztec is the name of the empire in Mexico. The name of
one of the empires.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was Mayan.
Maya and Aztec. We know about Maya and Aztec. Okay.
There was the two biggest.
Oh, the two biggest.
There was many. There was many. I mean, there was because there was like empires, and there was kingdoms, and they were also fighting each other. That was also why it was easier to invade and to impose the Spanish ways into Mexico, because Mexico was not this unity we can see now. It was a struggle among kingdoms and empires all the time. They were fighting, there were wars all the time. There was no peace. So when the Spanish came to Mexico, it was already war. It was already a war and very strong situation. And then they allied with the Aztecs because they were the stronger. The strongest. They fought the Aztec enemies. They fought all the Aztec enemies, and then they say, okay, I won my war, so now you owe me a lot, so now you need to become my. So they fight the war to win the Aztec war, to make the Aztec the main empire, and then they fought the empire. So it was a really bloody history of Mexico. That's why we have in Mexico City we have both. We have really strong indigenous heritage, but also really strong Spaniard heritage. Yeah, it's really hard to separate because we have both.
Okay, if there is a questions from Lailatul Fitria in the chat box about the staple food of the Mexico.
Staple food. Oh,
Staple food is corn.
yes, thank you. And yeah, I mean, corn is our life, but it's not like just jagung bakar. It's like the corn as for use beras, right? You do something from beras. You can do snacks. You can do remedies. You can do rice. So you can white rice. So you have many ways to do our paddy. Like we have the same level of that in corn. So we have drinks from corn, we have tortilla, we have atole, we have so many things from corn. And we do have rice. We eat rice every day, but it's not the main dish. We also have beans. So I mean, as a Mexican, find out that we can have like only beans and tortilla, and that's it. And cheese to have some flavor, I mean, is not a must, but is really recommended. And rice, and that's the main thing. If we want to keep it like really like low cost and try to fulfill our dietary as Mexican, our dietary uh, needs as a Mexican. But we also eat a lot of meat. We eat a lot of meat of beef, pork,
Lamb beef.
we also eat fish, eat seafood,
Okay, seafood.
all of that. Yeah.
Okay, actually, we still have so many questions here, but I think it's 10 o'clock.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Itu. Okay. Is there still any questions, guys, from the students?
I'm happy Ella.
Okay, Ella. Maybe the last questions, yeah, from Ella. Okay. Ella.
Can you say something for us in Japanese language?
Okay.
What do you want me to say?
To you, what
Some
you want to
message,
say
maybe
for us,
message.
but in
Okay.
Japanese language.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm really shy, and I'm actually I don't know if I use Noko, I use Chromo, I don't know.
It's okay. You can.
Inyong bingung arep ngomong apa. Orang ngerti. Inyong orang ngerti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel more comfortable. Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. I feel more comfortable using
Okay.
Banyumas language.
Okay.
But I also speak Solonese, but I'm used to if I know how to speak it, I use Kromo because is in Solo is really recommended to use Kromo here. Yeah.
How to say thank you in Mexico?
You can say
Just like Spanish, yeah, gracias.
yeah, in Spanish.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Well, I can add a little bit. You can say gracias, muchas gracias in
Okay.
Spanish. But in my language, we say skishipeli. If we want to say one person, or we want
Yeah.
many persons, skishipelatu. It's
Yeah,
a different,
okay.
completely different from Spanish, right?
It's the language from the ethnic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
language.
Okay. Maybe the last question from me. Okay, your native language is Spanish and also the language from the ethnic.
Yes.
But okay, and how do you learn English? How did you learn English?
Well,
Because you speak English very well.
Thank you. Well,
Okay.
I try to make it. I will try to make it really brief. my mother all the time. Well, from early days, I have books of English, the English texts, not so many, and really like just counting 1, 2, 3, and this is the father, this is the mother, like not really heavy stuff, not too complicated. And then I was into video games and into English speaking songs or English language songs. And well, I've been all the time interested in English grammar. It's been really interesting. But I was saying in the beginning, like for us in Mexico, it's not so normal, and it's not a thing that we can be so spoken out about. We cannot say, I speak English or I'm learning English. So we feel awkward to say I'm learning English, or I want to practice English. It feels awkward. In a regular conversation or in a daily life, like whenever we actually want to learn, we actually do it. So I came here in 2014. I knew some English. Actually, one of my main books, okay, I have it here. So wait a second. I have it just here. Wait.
Oh.
This is what I don't like when I have, but this is one of these books. So if you can see, I found this. Well, I have this from in 2004. My cousin came through Solo and found this and made the copy. I'm sorry, it doesn't read really well. Sorry, I'm trying to, but it's just too. But it says Michigan. Oh, sorry. Oh, this. Sorry. I even mistaken that. Well, this is a copy, but this is
Karawitan in
yeah.
English. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
In Japanese.
Karawitan in English. So this is a collection of this is a really huge collection of Karawitan studies from Marto Pangranwit, Guedo Paradongo, it's Sumarsam, it's like all those really big names of Karawitan Surakarta in this book. And this was my method of English in Mexico. So I had no way to learn about Karawitan. There was no teacher. I have some friends to play with every now and then, but I have no like actual the source. So fortunately, my cousin sent me this book, and I could read it and be more enthusiastic to learn about it. So and it's in English. So I tried to learn about Karawitan back in the day. So it was everything in English.
Yeah.
And I came here to Indonesia. I have friends in the darmasiswa program. They're friends from all over the world, and the first thing they do is to speak English. Me as Mexican was a little bit having not so fun time because I was struggling learning Indonesian. I found out I needed to learn in Javanese, and then I have to deal with English. It was for me just too much. 3 languages already to try to figure out when I was here. I was not so alien to English, but I couldn't like follow much conversations with my friends because of this, because I have all this bias, cultural bias of as Mexican with English. We don't really enjoy English. If we have Mexican if we are in a Mexican context. We don't enjoy much English because it feels like we're just losing our identity and just trying to become American, right? And it's just it feels that way when we are among Mexicans. And then I switch my own. I just switch on my own. How to say my own mindset. My mindset. I just change it. I say I have friends. I have really good friends. They are dancers. They're Karawitan players. They are dalang. There are many things that they are from the United States, from the United Kingdom, or from Australia. So I say to myself, I will just talk to them. I will try to interact with my friend and try to speak my friend's language. And because when I was still like 2014 until probably 2016, my English was still really slow. Well, not really slow, but not so fluent and really Mexican. So sometimes as Mexicans we have words that can mean another thing or be just ambiguous to English speakers when we try to communicate with really strong Mexican accent. So I found out like I just confuse them and I'm just being lazy. So I say, okay, I will try to just follow them and I will just follow the American way. I will follow the British way, even the Australian way. So so sometimes I've just mixed all of them together. I just mix all of them. I don't follow much the Australian way because I'm not so familiar with it, but I can follow a conversation with Australian friends. But then I get rid of my Mexican accent in purpose just for the sake of being understood by my friends and also my English speaking friends from the States, from the UK, from Australia. They also thank me for not speaking like Mexican. Not that it's bad or something. Just like for me, it's time saver. It saves me time to try to explain myself. So I try to just, okay, how do they pronounce it? And I just follow it and I'm done with it.
Okay. So can I say that you learn English independently?
Somehow,
Okay.
yeah, most of the time.
How about when you were in schools? There is
School,
also there was English subject in Mexico.
yeah, we have English
We-
subject, but it's similar situation with Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah.
Similar thing. But I guess we probably in we have the similar thing as we are just shy to express
Yeah.
ourselves or something. So it's just a bit I don't know. It's just how to say it. It's just
Karena nggak terpaksa ya.
exactly.
Nggak
Yeah.
terpaksa.
So that's why I feel so glad I found friends and they were speaking English. They were English speakers, and I also changed my mindset because I was so lazy. Like I'm really busy learning Indonesian. I'm really busy learning Japanese. Why should I bother learning English? We say, okay, this is really useful. So okay, I will just do it. Yes.
Okay, I think okay.
Yeah.
There is
Time.
any more questions? I think no, yeah, because the time is okay. It's
Oh, if
already.
you have any other question, it's okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
fine.
But I'm
fine.
afraid that they have another class after this.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay, is it enough, guys?
Yes,
Halo,
Yes,
ya
ma'am.
sudah ya. Okay. No more questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, maybe, okay. Okay, the last one. Okay, we can take picture first with Leon, with Mas Leon.
Yes.
Okay, turn on your camera, guys. Wait. Okay, Tara, help me please. Tara menghilang, Tara.
Tara hilang, ma'am.
Tara menghilang. Okay.
Tara is sleeping, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, anyone please turn on your camera. Okay, I will take a picture by myself.
Maybe ma'am happy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Bentar. Full screen dulu, di full screen. Okay. Where are the boys? Only Hasan, Anwar, Arinal, Adit. Sorry. Oke, sudah siap ya? Sudah, cuma ini aja. 1, 2, 3. Sudah menghilang semua. Oke. 1, 2, 3. Senyum dong, smile. Oke, sudah. Oke. Okay, I think that's all for today. It's nice talking to you, Leon.
Yeah, thank you
Hopefully
for
there
the
is
invitation.
another chance to talk with you again.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Actually, I still have some questions, but later I will ask you by myself. Okay.
Okay. Yes, all right.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you once again for your time. Thank you for joining us. Okay. See you next time. You can leave the room, Leon.
Okay. So see you another time.
Ya,
Thank
oke.
you.
Thank you. Matur suwun Mas Lewan ya.
Ya, sami-sami kula sing matur sembah nuwun bareng.
Oke, monggo.
Thank you, Mr. Leon.
Oke, lah sudah. Oke, any questions?
Mam, nggak
Biasanya.
paham sama sekali, Mam, ngantuk.
Siapa sih nggak paham sama sekali? Siapa sih ngomong nggak paham sama sekali? Stop dulu recordnya. Stop recording.